Hey, how's it going? Not sure what time it is. I think it's around 12:30. I don't know, I haven't been sleeping too much lately. Anyway, it doesn't matter. This Miley Cyrus t-shirt came in the mail today. I had ordered it before. What had happened was Amazon sent me an email saying that Ray John, the company that sells this shirt, did not confirm the sale, therefore we've canceled it. So I assumed it was done and over with. I get an email today saying that Ray John has confirmed and that it's being shipped and it arrives today. It doesn't really matter, but this was actually kind of an expensive shirt at like 85 bucks that I paid for it. But it's an okay shirt, whatever. I actually do prefer Miley Cyrus with the longer hair. There isn't really any available right now, at least that I can attain. I do have one of hers that has long hair that I'd ordered before. I'm not going to make a video with that one at present for reasons. I'm not going to get into that right now. Anyway, this one's okay. I don't know. I prefer being able to pick out shirts in an actual store. I don't like ordering them online because, you never really know how it's going to fit, and you may not like it when you see it actually in your hands. This one's okay though, a tad pricey for what it is though, but do well for my YouTube channel anyway, I think. Anyway, some things going on. Most of the pop culture singers that I talk about, I actually, I don't do any research. I don't do any research on a lot of things. A, because I just don't have the time, and B, it takes a lot of energy, and C, I'm tired all the time from antipsychotic medication and this, that, and the other. I'm sure you people understand what that does to a person. Anyway, that aside, occasionally something will show up and, it takes a couple of minutes for me to watch and, I get a little bit of a different perspective of things. Anyway, I had made a video of comparing Lady Gaga to Cruella de Vil. Unbeknownst to me, Selena Gomez actually had made a song called Cruella de Vil. And it's an okay song, really. I did not know that before. I honestly didn't. I couldn't have named a single song Selena Gomez had sung. Even Miley Cyrus with Malibu, her new song. I just recently skimmed through it again because, I hadn't listened to it since I made my reaction video to it, and I'd forgotten what it sounded like. I forgot what the lyrics sounded like. I don't just stay situated on one topic too long unless, it's part of my routine or something. A lot of people go, well, why would you make a reaction video and have no damn clue what you're talking about and, only do the most rudimentary of research? Because I'm confident, and, sometimes it's a good way of building constructive conversation and, just getting things moving. Recently on the Facebook, I'm sure a lot of people see things like this, but there was a picture that had nine people in it, saying a building's on fire, you can only save 2 of them, who are you gonna save? And it had the usual sort of people, Donald Trump, Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, Justin Bieber, a woman by the name of, what was her name? I completely forgot her name. I'm totally spacing, I can't remember her damn name. Bergoli, Danielle Bergoli, that was it. I'd never heard of her before in my life. Like, she was not bad looking, so I said, alright, I'll save the chick she was in spot 6, so I said I'll save the chick in spot 6, even though I don't know who she is. It's not that I wouldn't say Donald Trump, it's just, he's an old man, so, sometimes you gotta pick the young guys over the old guys, unfortunately. And this was just a Facebook post, so I'm sure it didn't have any ramifications for it. Anyway, the other person I picked was Justin Bieber, and you may go, well, you don't know diddly squat about Justin Bieber, and that's very true. All I know is I think he was a bum or something like that, or homeless I should say, and in Toronto, and then he was able to make himself into the man he is now. I don't know any of his songs. I don't listen to that type of music. If it doesn't sound like Motorhead, if it doesn't sound like Metallica, Rob Zombie, AC/DC, Airborne, and that whole genre of music, Offspring, Beastie Boys, Prodigy, Rammstein, I just don't know it. And sometimes there are nuggets of wisdom in things, like Selena Gomez's Cruella de Vil. Not a new song by any stretch of the imagination, but I'd never heard of it before until about 20 minutes ago. So, I don't want to say I've been living under a rock, but, just a little bit oblivious of certain things. And I don't think people understood me as a person. And I know, looking back at the last video I made, where I titled it, "Got to be careful not to run into a trap," wearing a Miley Cyrus t-shirt, particularly when she had short hair, could be construed as a bad idea, especially for a guy in my situation, because people will choose to interpret it differently than I do. To me, it's just a shirt. I've explained that before, but some people just don't get it. They don't want to get it. Anyway, getting to Justin Bieber. I know he's a controversial character. I had made a video some time ago of how there's an action figure of him where you press his belt buckle and he sings. That's at a grocery store not too far away from me, and it's a little weird, I suppose. I don't know, guess it's appropriate toy for young women or something, I don't know. But yeah, a lot of aspects of his particular scene that I really don't understand, don't know about, and it's not really anything I even want to touch with a 10-foot pole. Like, I bring these things up because I'm not afraid of anything on this planet. That's just the way I've been conditioned. So, as much as a prick as he can probably be, I honestly don't think he's that much different from Shia LaBeouf. That's just my understanding of it. I have no idea if those two even like each other or even know they exist or whatever. Yeah, anyway, this is a Miley Cyrus t-shirt. I would prefer to get a more current, up-to-date one when she's got longer hair. I honestly didn't like her hairstyle this way. And this is getting into the whole trap thing where it's like, now they're trying to blur the lines and question people's sexuality, and it's sort of like, I don't know what to say. I don't agree with you, go away. I'm not going to change my mind. And, you know, whatever tactics you have of being manipulative aren't going to work. Of course, I only ever see things from my point of view. I don't see them from somebody else's point of view. So, some glaringly obvious bird of doom or something like that could be out there, and actually is, given the fact that I bought a shirt from the Attack of the 50-Foot Woman. That's something to be considered, because sometimes you don't know that you're caught in somebody's web until you see the spider coming at you. That's just the way it works. I would prefer to talk more about hockey, but this is also going to be part of my channel. I explained that in the other video where I got some roots in the music industry. Obviously, there are individuals I would prefer didn't get dragged into the dark abyss, which is the corruption of the music industry, the current corruption. There's always been corruption, but the current corruption is more what I'm talking about. And I'm not going to go into great detail about it because, again, it's one of these things I do not research. I do not find it intellectually stimulating or anything. I don't feel anything for it. Like, I've heard the sound of Justin Bieber's voice when he's just talking, and I've heard the sound of his voice when he's, you know, singing music and things like that. And I don't know, it doesn't have the kind of sound I like in music. When I think of a male singing, obviously I think of you know, other bands like Disturbed or Korn, you know, more or less kind of normal stuff. Eminem, perhaps. I am starting to listen to a little bit more chick music, because you have to be receptive to new information and new ways of interpreting not just information, but media and you know, other things. So I have started to, you know, listen to more chick songs. I went through a phase a couple of months ago where I was listening to, I forget what the band's name is, but the song's called Shallow Grave, and it's tied up with the Hella music video. She's the woman in, what was it, Thor. Never heard of her before, but I've downloaded the Avengers TV show. I think she's in it periodically or something like that, and just to learn a little bit more about her. Some women model their personalities after her, you know, cold, methodical, and it's indicative to my situation because there's a reason I don't get any pussy, and it ain't because I'm unattractive. It's not because I don't have a good personality. It's not because I don't have any money. It's not because there's anything wrong with me. In fact, quite the opposite. I think I don't have any problems. I think that's exactly why I don't get any pussy. Because there must be a great debate among the nature of what Ryan O'Keefe should be doing, what Iron Jack should do. And I don't think my voice and what I have to say is respected enough. I don't think people think I'm capable of making my own decisions. Like anybody, I have my weaknesses, but you know, there's nothing couldn't take a reasonable stance on something. What else was I going to talk about? Want to kind of stay on topic here. I gotta just keep going with the videos I'm making, and you know, just figure a way to improve upon my social life, because I don't think my social life is exactly where I want it to be right now. And you know, you have a little bit more incentive when you have fire under your feet, and I suppose you'd be amazed what you agree to if you're on fire. Like, I spent many a night, you know, clasping my throat, cringing in absolute agony and ignorance of knowing exactly what it is going on with my throat. And when you're faced with situations like that, you only have two options. You can persevere, or you can wither away. I'm withering away, and a big inspiration for me was all those years of watching Bear Grylls and Les Stroud. It really instilled a sense of keep going, keep trying, always do whatever you can do to be not only surviving but be successful. Those guys, they have their own gig, and that's the survival scene on the Discovery Channel or whatever network they're on. I actually didn't watch them on TV. I watched them on the internet, but I did actually buy a number of the DVDs. I bought Survivor Man seasons 1, 2, and 3. It disappeared somewhere though, which really pissed me off. I paid good money for it. I have no idea where it is. There's that. I mean, I guess it could be in my garage, but I don't think it's there. And I bought a number of the Bear Grylls Man vs. Wild DVDs. I still have those. I've just watched them so much on my own. Like, there's very little I could learn by watching them again. I mean, I'd obviously be open to watching them if I had some buddies over or something like that, but on my own, I don't feel I need to watch them again. It used to be an everyday thing. I'd watch them. Anyway, that's all aside from my point. I was just emphasizing the not giving up, keep trying, and keep working for your goals, because if you quit, then you're going to wither away, and anything you may have accomplished will be definitely gone at that point. So even though you're feeling lousy, you don't feel like doing anything, you got to keep going anyway. And there's always going to be a naysayer and somebody trying to get in your way, and you just got to ignore them. Whew. I mean, I don't mean to be complaining about the weather in Vancouver. Like, what is it, hot for like a month in the city? And but it is too warm for my liking. I like cold weather. I like, you know, like moody, damp, cloudy, thundery kind of weather. That's the weather I prefer, man. Like, I don't like sunshine. I know some people go, hey man, you need your vitamin D and you need to, you know, get in the outdoors and breathe some fresh air, which is true. They're very right about that, but yeah, I guess I have no right to complain. You know, a month of warm weather, or even 2 months of it, isn't that big a deal. I mean, it was practically winter for 6 months here, so we'll look past all that. Yeah, I was trying to think what did I watch? I watched something to do with Miley Cyrus. Did she do an interview, or was it a Clever News, or what was it? Was it even Miley Cyrus? You know, these things I really ought to remember. It wasn't that long ago I watched it. It was like 6 hours ago I watched it. For the life of me, I can't remember. I had other things going on in my day that distracted me, and you know, I watched information here and there on YouTube. I was out and about, and I just damn well don't remember if there was a new thing about Miley Cyrus or not. Oh no, that's right, it wasn't. It was about Lady Gaga, and or Stephanie, I should say, and her being dragged into the lawsuit with damn it, what is his name? The doctor. Dr. Luke, that's it. Dr. Luke and the whole Kesha thing, and who even knows what's going on there? Because I sure don't. I don't even think I want to know. I just want my YouTube channel to start turning out a profit. You know, I put a lot of time and energy into it. I mean, I don't want to complain or anything, but you know, things could be better. I know there are people out there who choose to understand things differently, who choose to interpret whatever you say in a different manner because it suits their own agenda, their own view on things, and what betters their situation. That's just the nature of climbing up the ladder to the higher echelon of society. I compare it to Mickey and the Beanstalk, and you know, having some magic beans and you know, climbing up to the clouds to save the magic harp. Which I made a comparison in social media that Miley Cyrus was the magic harp, and she got whisked away by a big stupid giant. Which I should say, when the giant, you know, fell from the clouds and, you know, crashed, Herman, the little cricket, felt bad for him, but me? No, I don't feel bad for the giant. The giant's an asshole, and I don't like him. So don't expect someone like me to actually feel bad for the giant, you know, the giant that stole the magic harp, that sang nice songs that brought prosperity to the land. You know, it's something I don't expect a lot of people to understand, especially if you haven't seen the kind of media I have. Like, anybody I hang out with them, I can, you know, explain things from my perspective a lot better than just in this video. Because, you know, I've always strived to understand what media is and how it relates to the propaganda machine, and exactly what it's geared towards, making people think, making people believe what this apparatus wants them to think. And although I'm confident there's a strong voice for the kind of opinions that someone like me has, a rise in other cultures have shown themselves, and they contradict the voice that people like me have. You know, we're not afraid of competition. We're not afraid of that at all. But some things are just utterly embarrassing, and you go, you gotta stop looking at yourself as just one person. You go, well, if one young white guy or one white person or, you know, one young woman looks a certain way, and that becomes the standard image of that character, it can influence younger generations and then therefore, be detrimental. I'm not against people being who they want to be. I'm against them being who they want to be and trying to spread their ideology. I ain't about that. I just don't want anyone coming along and encroaching on my belief system. And, wearing a Miley Cyrus t-shirt, I am going to have people who are going to poke fun at me and, just be overall pests. Like the first set of girlfriends I have, are they ever going to be a handful? I have no idea how to deal with them. I hope they're not too annoying, but I really don't know. I've never been that good at thinking that way. I don't have this complex where I feel as though I need to control them, but am I not in the mood for annoying sort of things? And women can get up to very annoying things. Anyway, that all aside, I don't have anything else to talk about in this particular video. This shirt, if I'd seen this at my store, I'd have thought twice about buying it at 90 bucks, but here it is, so I'm wearing it. I would like to get my hands on a Miley Cyrus t-shirt where she has long hair, like a current one, like a Malibu one, I suppose. I didn't see any when I looked up on Amazon and eBay, so I don't know. I guess I won't be able to obtain one for a while. I want to get more t-shirts from the bands I like. Money's a little tight right now because I'm on sick leave for reasons. That's all you goddamn well have to know. Anyway, getting tired. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one.